Welcome back. This is Marc Rudov. Today I'm going to talk to you at you know how much I love words. Words are my life. So because Columbia University and Harvard University are so much in the news now, because they are both imploding. These cauldrons of Jew hatred are imploding. I refer to them as the Poison Ivy League. And you can read all about them at thepoisonivyleague.com. But there's one thing in particular that drives me nuts. And I've done a bunch of videos about words, but today's word is alumni. You are not an alumni. I've seen people on TV in the past few days from Harvard and Columbia, graduates of these declining schools, and they say, I'm an alumni. I'm an alumni of Columbia. No, you're not. You're not an alumni of any school. Let's review a little bit of Latin here. Every language except English has masculine and feminine pronouns and nouns, and even verbs. English is a rare exception. Let's go down the list here. Alumnus, masculine singular. If you're a man who graduates from a school, you are an alumnus. If there are more of you, you are alumni. And as in most languages, masculine plural covers a whole group, whether it's just men or men and women. So if you are among a lot of graduates of school, you all are alumni. But individually, you are either an alumnus or an alumna if you're a woman. Now, alumni is pronounced the same way. AE is the feminine plural. So if it's just women, you're all alumni, ALUMNAE. But no one person is an alumni. Now, the lazy way of saying it now is people refer to themselves as alums. I'm an alum. We're alums. Because they don't know what else to say. They're so confused by this. And it's Latin, but that's the way it is. So I just wanted to discuss this because I'm tired of hearing people on TV saying, oh, I'm an alumni. You're not. You're not. If you're a woman, you're an alumna. If you're a man, you're an alumnus. You get a magazine from your school, it's called the Alumni Magazine because it's for all of the graduates. So I hope that's clear. Finally, I just want to talk about Jake Tapper. Jake Tapper is now pretending he didn't know anything about Joe Biden's lying. It's all coming out now. The last 4 years of Joe Biden were a complete sham. He had no idea what he was doing. He wasn't really running the White House. Everything he said was a lie. And of course, I was banned for 2 years from LinkedIn for saying this. When Trump became inaugurated, all of a sudden, magically, I'm back on LinkedIn. So Jake Tapper has written this book called Original Sin. And you see this graphic I created here that his original sin was lying to and gaslighting America. There is so much confession going on in this country right now among Democrats. I didn't know. I had no idea. Remember when Joe Scarborough said, Joe Biden, this is the best Joe Biden ever? That was last year. He's a liar. They're all liars. But the point of my book, Duped Again, is that you have to understand why people lie and why they believe and accept lies. So a lot of Democrats are rallying around Jake Tapper, forgiving him. Lying is the most important word in the English language right now. Once again, I'm a word man. Words are my life. So it's important to understand that as Jake Tapper goes out and tries to plead with the American people that they should forgive him for lying and gaslighting, well, they shouldn't. Because we all knew, a child knew, that everything coming out of Joe's mouth was a lie, everything coming out of Kamala's mouth was a lie, her whole life is a lie, his whole life is a lie, lying, 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 lying. But people like to just wash their hands of it and move on. Don't move on. So the two key points today are you are not an alumni and Jake Tapper is a liar. Get duped again at dupedagain.com. Until next time.